Hey guys, it's AniPod, the return, straight from Japan, except for me, so I'm actually going to leave right now because this is a Japanese podcast now, and I'm not allowed to be on it because I am in America and I hate myself and I want to die. I leave you, Matthew Lee, RCAnime, and Canipa effect, Callum May. I'll see you guys. Never, probably, I guess.
Okay. When he said he had he didn't have an intro planned, I didn't realize his intro would be literally just leaving. That's one way to do it.
I think it's now what?
Yeah, now we gotta talk to each other.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, thank God.
Man, you almost convinced. You guys almost. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You almost convinced the audience you guys were friends for a moment because you're both in Japan together.
Hey, we are friends. We hung out in Ikebukuro yesterday.
Yeah. We call it Switzerland. It's the neutral ground. Matt takes one side of Tokyo. I take the other side of Tokyo, and we just stay as
you guys
far
really
apart
are far from one another.
Yeah, we're in opposite ends of the city, and it's one of the largest cities in the world. So,
you know who's further away though? This guy. I hate myself. So this is an anime podcast. We've been gone. We're probably going to be back. Turns out we probably could have been able to record for like the past 3 months, but because of miscommunication.
Oh, not for the last 3 months. Last 1 month.
Okay.
Since
Never
I got
mind.
this PC, I was able to record.
Well, we're able to record again, so AniPod's probably back, but I feel like I've said this more times than I can count at this point, but we're probably back. So we're here to talk about anime, but these two are in Japan, and I hate them. I love them. And Matt, you were telling me a very funny story that I would like you to continue. You have many funny stories, so please tell me.
Which one? The one in Yokohama?
Yeah, that one works.
Okay. I went to Minato Mirai in Yokohama 2-3 nights ago with a friend, and while we're walking, this is late at night, and while we're walking, we see a guy, like an angry Japanese guy, who's just taking these flyers out of his bag one by one and just ripping them up and then tossing them onto the ground. And I was just mind blown because I've never seen a Japanese person litter before. And when they litter, they fucking litter. It's like, don't underestimate the Japanese in anything because they'll like fucking surprise you. So after a minute or two, we walk past by him and we're just looking at the pile that he's left on the floor and thinking, wow, like that's just, we don't see
anime
that.
flyers?
No, it's like, I
anime podcast,
can't
by
read
the way,
Japanese, really. Anyways, we look back and then like he's still fucking taking out flyers from his bag and ripping them and throwing them on the ground. And we soon realized that this guy's been doing this for a while because we eventually find the trail that traces back all of his steps past for, I think, maybe half a mile or even an entire mile. We just walk around downtown Yokohama trying to like figure out where this guy came from and where these flyers were from.
Matt, little did you know, if you looked above from a satellite, he was actually drawing an anime girl. Because every Japanese person, as you know, is a very talented artist.
Yep. And all huge fans of anime.
Where did it lead to?
It just led to a mall. And we just had to like deduct that like maybe he got fired or something because he looked so angry. But that's
if it was Callum and it was a white guy, do you think he would have like taken down Godzilla?
No, because white people can't accomplish anything anymore.
Oh, thank God I'm Japanese.
I can't. That story is not even that funny. The
really
funny
story. I expected a lot more. Matt, can you tell me a funny? You and Callum hung out yesterday.
Yeah,
tell me.
The bowling story was a lot more funny. If you want to tell him,
then tell me.
I was waiting for Callum. I was wondering if Callum agreed with me.
Yes,
people are stopping listening. They're stopping. They're realizing they didn't want AniPod back.
I'm surprised that you told the Yokohama story. Like, of all the stories that you told me yesterday, that was the most boring.
Dude, if I'm being honest, I completely forgot which story it was.
No, okay, the alcohol story when we went bowling. Okay.
Yeah.
Callum and I went with a friend to go bowl. His name is Briar, and he loves alcohol. So what happened was we were at round 1 arcade, and then he just walks over to the counter and he orders a beer. The funniest thing happens where he has to fucking sign a form to like make sure that he's not going to drive after this, that like Callum and I are above the age of 20 and that he's above the age of 20. He has to like sign his name.
Where were you guys again?
This is a bowling alley.
How many places in Japan do you drive?
I don't know. This place, like
you guys are in Tokyo.
This is in Ikebukuro, and
yeah, okay. And the street outside didn't even like have cars on it. It
was
a
pedestrian
like, a street, and, yeah,
outside.
pedestrian. Anyway, so it was the weirdest sequence of events.
Yeah, because Callum and I were waiting. He had to go. It was his turn, and we were just wondering what's taking him so long. And when I walk over to him, he's filling out a fucking form. And the funniest thing is that when the beer is delivered to him, it's 0% alcohol beer.
What? That's not beer.
It's not. It's not an alcoholic beer.
That's a lie. They delivered him lies.
He got so mad. He didn't even finish it.
He still beat us though.
Did he order the wrong thing? Did he not? Can he not read Japanese?
He ordered beer. His Japanese is the best out of the three of us.
Okay.
He ordered beer. He had to sign a form to make sure that he could drink alcohol, yet he gets a non-alcoholic drink.
Do you think they were just like fucking with him?
Maybe.
Was he white?
Yeah.
I really like the idea of like Matt, you're good. They look at Callum and they fear him, so they don't mess with him. So they go for the weak link.
I mean, I do ruin dinners for everyone because I come out and then suddenly they steal all of the menus and then just give you this really simplified English menu to everyone. And I've just got to say, oh, sorry for being white, guys.
I mean, we have to say that a lot recently. I mean, I'm Japanese, so I don't have to. So
fucking hell.
That happened when Callum and I went to Yoshinoya. They immediately gave us an English menu, and like half of the stuff on the actual menu is not even there. It's like, what? I'm not allowed to order natto. I hate it, but like, I would like the freedom to. Do you guys ever think that maybe they just realize who you are? They're like, it's Canipa Effect and RCAnime on YouTube.com. Kizunu I has it out for you two. On the bowling scoreboard, Callum wrote Canipa.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize like why you guys were using your names when it was a bowling alley. You meant to use like usernames when.
Callum is not the place to advertise.
It is absolutely the place to advertise.
You didn't even win.
They're gonna watch. They already hate you.
Matt wrote the cat like my URL on something. Yeah, messages to the singer Lisa. Yeah.
You would have to like write on a postcard. Like you have to write like a message to Lisa. And I just wrote subscribe to the Canipa.
Yeah, so it's always like nice messages like, oh, I really like your music, I love Rising Hope, Crossing Fields, all that. And then just fucking Matt writing my favourite song by Lisa is The Canipa Effect, and then just the URL.
You just better make a video about Lisa soon.
Lisa's good.
She is. I do quite like Lisa.
Yeah, I hope she visits my YouTube channel.
Good for you, Callum.
You know where you can like see your subscribers like listed off? I just want to look through that one day and just see Lisa.
Well, you're never going to. I'm sorry to say, Callum.
Yeah, I know that. It's completely off the table.
Callum, I've just got to destroy you right now because hopes and dreams are not something you should have.
Oh, I was doing quite well with hopes and dreams.
But hey,
recently.
You're in Japan. Look where I am. Look where I am, Callum! I'm in Roll, Ohio. Living life.
Good morning to you two.
You saw Liz and the Bluebird, Matt.
Yeah, I did.
Can you tell me about it? I mean, we already talked about it, obviously, because you watched it like 2 weeks ago, but let's try to act like we're talking about it for the first time, please.
Okay,
Callum didn't see it.
No, he didn't. He's
no,
never gonna.
I don't care. I never watched UFO, so why am I going to watch Liz and the Bluebird?
Go fuck yourself.
Pokemon movie's coming out soon. That's to be excited about.
Oh my god. Okay, I am excited. That's the one with like the gal.
Yeah,
yeah.
Callum and I saw an advertisement for it at the Pokemon Center yesterday.
Also, the character designer for it follows me on Twitter. Follows my shit posts.
Okay, this isn't a dick size contest, alright?
Yeah.
I would lose.
I just had to point it out, sorry.
Yeah. Listen to Bluebird though. Really good. Probably Yamada at her most confident and mature form. I don't think it's her best film. I still think A Silent Voice tops it, but Listen to Bluebird is really, really daring in what it does because it's not a euphonium film. It's in the euphonium universe, but it takes a life of its own, and it does something really unique, which I feel like a lot of people who go in to watch it aren't going to like it because when they go in, they're going to expect a film that feels like what they've already seen with euphonium. And the team has already tried with various aesthetic to show that this film is going to be tonally different.
The character designs are so beautiful. Oh my god.
Yeah, the character designs are very different. Much more mature. Looking back at Nozomi and Mizore in the TV show, they look like actual children now compared to the movie, which is an interesting perspective.
I think it really took some great risks to be the worst-selling Yamada film.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because it's
is it
not
doing worse than Love Story? Because Love Story didn't do very well.
I think it's doing
worse.
That's what I've heard.
I think it is doing worse.
Love Story was definitely more of like a sort of SAO ordinal scale thing where it was kind of like couples can come watch it, but...
I'm pretty sure Listen to Bluebird is doing pretty terribly. It's doing worse than the Chunibyo film in theaters.
I mean, the Chunibyo film is like comedy. It's like, people look at Listen to Bluebird and see how drastically different it is. It's like, me and you will go watch it, but get someone like Callum who just wants to see fucking digital monsters or Pokemon or something. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it doesn't appeal.
It doesn't appeal. It doesn't appeal to the wide audience, and Callum
that's the thing with
is the
Listen to
children
Bluebird,
audience, which is the important.
Listen to Bluebird's an art house film made for an audience that doesn't like art house for the most part. It's made for an anime audience, which is the farthest audience from art house you can get. Which is what blows my mind, because yeah, sure, there are anime films that fit into art house, like Hosoda generally and Ghibli, but Hosoda and Ghibli are kind of apart from the main anime sphere anyway. Yamada, who worked at KyoAni, who's working with a film on euphonium, both of which, those two, are in the main anime sphere. Now she's making a film that is outside of that sphere, in the art circle sphere. You're gonna get a lot of people who are confused, who aren't gonna like it, and who would have wanted a different film, which is why I feel sorry for Listen to Bluebird, because I know a lot of people, they're gonna go expecting what they saw with the first two seasons, and it's just not that. It's more like a Chantal Ackerman film.
Hey, Listen to Bluebird can definitely exist more on the Western anime sphere than the Free movie did. Very good movie. That do you even know the name to the movie, Matt?
High Speed.
You do.
Oh.
No.
I was thinking of Take Your Marks.
No, High Speed, which is Takemoto's Free movie, and it's completely different from the... I honestly don't remember the director of Free, but it's completely different.
Uroko.
It's why it was okay, thank you. That is it. It's why it was advertised differently as a High Speed, and like, I don't think I've never seen a single person outside of one person on Twitter.com who is very adamant about the film talk about it. Listen to Bluebird at least has...
It will grow a niche community, most likely.
Do you think it was a bad idea to not include the name of the original series in the actual title?
No, it would have been a huge mistake if they included the name.
Because people would be mad, possibly.
Yeah, that only further makes that makes the film fall further into the rabbit hole that it's already in.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not it's not like anything else in euphonium.
Because if it advertised itself as euphonium and people went in and they were fans of euphonium, and obviously euphonium fans, hardcore ones that bought the Blu-rays, bought merch, and really care about the series, because people obviously do care about the series in Japan. Like, even the recap movies did pretty well for recap films. People care about euphonium, but the more lesser so ones that are like, I like euphonium, and they're like, oh, there's a euphonium movie, I'll go watch it, and they see it, and it's completely different in every way, and they weren't aware of that, or they went into it expecting, like, they were like, oh, the character designs are different, that's cool, it looks good, because who can look at that and say it looks bad? Seriously. If anyone does that, I am a big person I am a big, tough white man. I mean, Japanese man. I'm the tallest Japanese man you ever seen. I will beat you. I will beat you up. I haven't worked out in the past 10 years. I'll fuck you up. But if they go into it and they come out mad and it gets poor reception because of that, because everyone who has seen it, it has had warm reception. It's just that nobody's seen it.
Well, 2 of the people that we know fell asleep in the middle of it. So
yeah, the reception hasn't been that warm.
Are you sure? I've seen some Japanese reviews and like what I made of it.
Critics love it. Critics love it, but the general audience, for the most part, is pretty lukewarm about it.
Where have you seen that?
In Japanese Twitter.
Japanese
I went to a Japanese theater to watch it.
And everyone fell asleep immediately.
To be fair, all the Japanese people I follow are industry and fan artists, and they all love it. So
I'm in Japan, so I get Japanese
people.
trends. I get trend tweets for what
Japanese Matt, Twitter advertises to me in Japanese. Even.
But your location isn't in Japan, so you don't get the trends that the hashtag trends.
I do occasionally, actually. I don't know why, but I guess it's because 75% of my Twitter is Japanese, but
yeah.
See, I wish that my Twitter would stop being Japanese, because now I'm completely out of date with all politics and everything going on in the world, except just random bus things and train things in Japan and hashtags to do with mobbing it.
Every time I hear about news from America, it's someone dying.
It's just exhausting. Keep your Japanese trends.
The Japanese trends are mostly people dying on front of trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But at least it's in Japanese, right?
Oh my god. But anyways, Callum, back to what you asked before. It's kind of like, imagine if, Thor Ragnarok was really popular. It's like, imagine if they made a film for Valkyrie. You wouldn't call her film Thor Valkyrie,
Is that a Marvel character?
It's that sort of idea.
No, but in regards to other franchises, they might.
Who's Valkyrie?
If Pokemon had a spin-off, then they'd still call it Pokemon Pikachu story or something.
Who's Valkyrie?
Well, I mean, with Detective Pikachu, that's just called Detective Pikachu, not even Pokemon.
Thanks for the answer.
Okay, that's a good point. Maybe earlier in its brand lifespan.
No, I think it depends on the theme of the show. If the main theme follows the same theme of the main franchise name holder in the spin-off, like Idolmaster, Cinderella Girls is still about idols. That's the whole Idolmaster brand. Love Live, it's still about the Love Live competition, even if it's different characters. But when the entire film itself is not about one whole thing, like Euphonium, Listen to Bluebird is not about the music at all. You barely see any music performance up until the climax.
One of the key things to marketing is to not lie to the audience.
But
Skyrim exists, and Todd Howard exists. So
and Liz and the Bluebird, whilst it had posters, but I just don't understand why. How did it just flop so badly? That's what I don't understand at all.
Because it focused on 2 side characters that barely anyone even knows the name of. Because they're not focusing it on a popular side character. They're focusing it on Nozomi and Mizore, 2 characters whom I'm pretty sure most Euphonium fans don't really care about.
Also, we don't know
if they went with Asuka.
Sorry,
that probably would have done better. And they did make a recap film surrounded it over Asuka, and that film did do better because she's way more popular for Euphonium fans.
You also have to consider how many actual theaters it opened in, which, as far as I'm aware, was quite a low number.
Yeah, it might get a more successful physical release.
We'll see, but overall, look, going into it, I can't help but think that KyoAni has the capability to do this as much as a business point of view it shouldn't be done. Yeah. It felt very passionate. I don't want to say they went into it with this is gonna fail, but with the way it was branded, obviously they could have put the Euphonium thing on it and it probably would have been better.
The Euphonium thing is on it, it's just tiny.
I know, but that's what I mean, is it's not the focal point of the branding. It's not the focal point of the advertising. So they go into it, and Yamada, obviously, anyone who makes anything never wants it to fail financially or just to not reach an audience. But from its simplest elements, from the character designs to just the PVs, the music, everything about it is different from Euphonium. And just like from the landscape motifs and the fucking and the PVs and just everything, it almost seems like they were ready for it to be something completely different that could fail. And they were okay with that. They probably weren't okay with that. But like Yamada felt okay with that. And Yamada, considering Koei no Katachi and everything, and every person who's ever worked with her there, because it is a business of the people, and it is a business at the forefront, but it's a very different business in the industry than any other anime company, that they were willing to take the risk because it was Yamada.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that when it was first announced, I thought it was an original story. Then when I found out it wasn't,
Nope.
That was when my interest died.
Really?
So it feels like, yeah, because I wasn't a fan of Euphonium, and like maybe I would.
I mean, Matt, you can watch it by itself, probably, right?
It's still a sequel to the first arc of the second season, so if you don't have that context, you might the empathy in it won't be that effective.
Okay.
I just feel like I would have wanted to see an original movie.
Yeah, I'm down for an original film by Yamada any day.
That's just me. I would have wanted. Like this came out of absolutely nowhere. Like it was announced shortly after the release of A Silent Voice, at least in the West.
Yeah, what came out of nowhere was the Chinibyo movie, because why?
Okay, the Chinibyo movie was definitely like...
Who expected that?
But then, that's kind of what KyoAni's been doing. They've realised that there's a trend
their own
in
properties.
To,
they know how to... That's the best way to make money.
Yeah, and so if you can do a theatrical release of this TV series, which, of course, with KyoAni shows, they're, like, unendingly popular, no matter how, like, far away you release it from the original release date.
Yeah, Phantom World, right?
Wait, there's a Phantom World movie?
No. Oh, I wouldn't say just because KyoAni makes something, it's going to be initially popular.
No.
In the West, yes, because the West,
Amagi...
the West is just Amagi was a Kodakawa property, though.
Oh shit, it is, yeah.
I get what you're saying. Why in the world do you like Phantom World, Callum?
Phantom World's
fun. Dude, I'm with Callum on this.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished Phantom World, and that is not to speak the quality of Phantom World. So that I've had finals at that time, and it has been almost 2 years. But you shut your face,
Glen. You like everything, so
no. Excuse me.
I'm not having this conversation with you again.
I don't like your face, Matt. Bitch.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. I love you. You're one of my favorite.
No one does.
I mean, I didn't want to go that far. But hey, it's that I'm willing to look over things for the focal point of what something's trying to do. And Matt, you're a literature degree, bitch.
I've got no idea where you're going with this.
I don't know what that means. I was trying to think of an insult, but I don't know how to insult Matt. He's too lovely.
You're a literature degree, bitch. Matt's been called so many things, and it's so surprising to me that you thought, yeah, that'll really hit him.
Well, because you have to be creative, and it's like, I don't do words good.
That's not creative. You just said what his degree is, and then call him a bitch. I'm not saying
it's creative, alright.
You're losing your steam, Glen. You haven't been on here for a while, so...
Well, it's because we're not talking about something... Because if we talk about anime, I can talk for days. But when it comes to insulting my friends, what am I supposed to say?
No.
I watched, like, the first 3 episodes. I haven't watched it yet. I want to fuck the fucking... all of them, probably.
I thought you were gonna say like the little girl, and I was like,
no.
Well, you did say
her
all
hair's
of them.
stupid.
She's included. in that category. If you say
her hair is stupid, I don't want it. And she's a little girl.
She's actually a child. It's like,
I forgot she existed. When I think of Phantom World, I think of bloomers. I think of the girl who just eats everything, and she could swallow my tiny dick whole, I'm sure. And the fucking girl with the headphones. Charles. Sorry, Callum?
The one with the like vacuum, the one with the vacuum mouth. Yeah. That's the child.
She was my favorite. From
no,
the
she's not the child.
Isn't she?
No, the child's the one with the stuffed animal.
Oh, you're right.
Like the literal child.
Yeah.
Phantom World is fun. It's produced by a bunch of like the younger KyoAni people, like not really younger, but like more of the newbie ones, and it was a fun time. It was the same like kind of fun as Amagi in my opinion. Nobody shitted.
Amagi wasn't that fun.
You know what, Matt?
Amagi is so fun.
No, the beginning of Amagi was pretty fun, but I don't know, it drags. I don't know. I still like Takemoto though. Takemoto's good.
I don't know. Whenever I feel KyoAni just does like the sort of comedy that I like, it's like you can look at Phantom World, you can look at Amagi, and you can be like tropey cliche, say buzzwords like that, and that's like you're higher than it. But there is some playful ingenuity. Oh my god, thank you, Matt. What would I do without you? I'm sorry that we're fighting.
We're not fighting. No. I agree with you that whenever KyoAni does the, like archetype trope comedy based content, I have fun with it too. It's just that every time with each one of those shows, it always just ends up being something more serious than it needs to be.
I don't like that.
I don't disagree with
Amagi
that.
isn't that.
Amagi goes there. Amagi does go there by the
Amagi goes there, and Phantom World goes there. Phantom World has a MILF incest though, which I will give it a few points for that.
I know about that, and that might be in part why I'm defending it.
Hey, that's like one of the only things to defend about that show.
I understand the criticism of like the comedy shows always delve into this sort of like serious issue that kind of feels unearned at points. I felt like Amagi kind of pulled it off a little bit decently, but that's just because I liked Latifah.
I mean, even Maid Dragon goes into that point. It's like
Maid Dragon does it well, in my opinion, but that's because of Takemoto.
It's just, I feel like I know they're trying to do this to give it a sense of a climax, but I don't know. Sometimes you just don't need. You don't need that sort of.
I remember what you're talking about in regards to Amagi now. Yeah,
it's the end where like they're hugging the tree, etc.
Yeah, somehow like I just deleted that from my mind, and I just remember like the antics.
Yeah.
No, the antics are great. Those are the best parts of the show.
Yeah.
You remember the episode in Amagi where like they play like DDR, the four like girls?
I do.
That was a good episode.
That was so good. The fairies.
Can't remember their names. I can remember their elements.
No, but yep.
It's like Pokemon.
I mean, it's the same 4 elements anywhere, so it's not that hard.
You know what? You know what, Matt? You're right. I'm not gonna go further, but even when it goes I know that like the comedy kind of dissolves, but I feel like it kind of dissolves into this deeper deeper truth that the show has been getting at the entire time, underlying like not particularly subtly, but the entire time it has been there, and it was obvious it was leading to that. And I don't think that justifies it, because most of the time it is unearned, because like in Amagi, it was silly, it was over the top, but it's always over the top in a way that I think they did it over the top on purpose, because if they attempt to do this seriousness subtly, it just comes off as another joke. So if they're not over the top about it, and dude, it really has been a while. I can't talk. Over the top, it is treated, not like the end all be all. This is the perfect. This is Hyoka. This is Clanad levels of well done drama. But if it does it in a way similar to those, people won't take it seriously. So if they do it over the top, either people will go both ways and be like, it's over the top. Is it meant to be funny? I don't think so. They're doing it subtly. Okay, you guys get what I'm saying. I don't know why we're talking about Amagi in 2018. I forgot.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why are we talking about these old irrelevant
it's like,
KyoAni
there's a lot of KyoAni shows that I could say a lot of words about.
If we're going to talk about an irrelevant KyoAni show, it's got to be Moon, though.
Yeah.
That's like a passion project for the guy. His name escapes me because when was the last time I talked about him or Munta?
Oh no! If we talk about KyoAni, we got to talk about Yamakan.
No, we don't.
Well,
we can change
the
subjects.
original 2 OVAs were like completely passion project by this guy, and then for some reason Kodakawa was like, what's some things we can like take and reboot and like turn into a thing, and for some reason they chose Munto, and that was the only time KyoAni has had 2 simultaneous TV productions, because it was Clannad After Story and fucking Munto.
It's like, what was happening?
It was great. You guys went to AnimeJapan. You want to tell me about that?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Matt's got bored very quickly.
Matt, that is more than I did. So,
I mean,
I had a really nice time.
I just didn't care about it. I guess I don't. What was there fun to do, Callum? The only thing I remember was feeling Lugia's win, which is just a large fan that you can literally see in front of you.
That was Lugia. Yeah. Shut up.
It was actually really cheesy, and I don't know why it was in the adults area, because there was a kids like family festa area. I personally actually like it. It depends. Like, if you're going there to like do stuff, then you're not at the right place, because it is a trade show, and unlike E3, it's not a trade show where you get to play video games. It's a trade show where they'll show you things from their anime that's either just come out or coming out, and then you just look at it. So like Aniplex had a museum where you could walk through and see artifacts and like models.
That's the cool stuff. Like,
yeah,
going there for like the PVs and like the anime announcements, I don't particularly care that much, because it's honestly more enjoyable just watching them stream through Twitter.
You cannot do it on the show floor, because they don't actually release them. They don't release them at stage shows or anything. What they do is, the stage shows are just for voice actor fans. It's just to listen to voice actors talk about shit. But
Callum, this is an anime podcast.
They had the Uma Musume idols at one of the stages.
Yes, dude.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I saw them for a bit because I could hear them.
Matt, you didn't know the love that was gonna bloom.
I didn't realize that I would actually enjoy it.
Uma Musume is so good.
I mean, I knew I would appreciate Uma Musume's existence, but I didn't realize I would actually enjoy watching it. Because, it's not even an idol show. I'm so glad that they've skipped out on the whole like idol portions, and it's just like a sports show.
The game
There's so many details to it.
I haven't caught up with it. I'm only 4 episodes in, maybe not even. But the character, there's certainly one thing about idol shows that I do like, which is the most prevalent in Idolmaster, is this energy that they have. I get what you're saying. Dude,
like, Idolmaster was lovingly made, because the person who made that fucking loved Idolmaster. It was like him doing that. He was desperate. He was so scared. He thought people were gonna fucking hate him. That's why he had to make Idolmaster perfect. And that's why the original TV Idolmaster is so good, because he cared so much about it. I should probably say his name. It's Nishiguri, the guy currently doing Join the Franks. I kind of forgot to say his name. I love Idolmaster. You should watch the show. But Uma Musume's it's completely the same in that it's lovingly made, because there's so many small details. I don't know how they have all these random, like, there's a race that's completely edited to another race from the fucking like 60s. Like every little quirk about every little quirk from the horses, the horse girls, the Uma Musumes, it all relates back to the original horses. There is
you should let them know that the horse girl characters are based off of real race horses in history.
Yeah. I thought that was implied. I guess. Yeah. I assume people watch Uma Musume because it's like one of the best shows this season.
It's the only show I'm watching this season, because I'm not gonna fucking watch Steins Gate. It's been too many years.
There's other shows. But we'll save that for the next episode.
My Hero Academia, another show that I hate, but whatever.
You're just listing all. Okay, there's like a million sequels this season, so. But the thing about Uma Musume,
Thunderbolt Divers, which is really disappointing,
is that it's thorough and like surprisingly delicate in its character work. Outside of the guy who like teaches them. Like there are moments where the things he does could be played off as like a caring instructor, but they're always played off as kind of this lewd joke that just feels completely out of place with the rest of the show, which is like weird. But I'm just continually struck by Musume's compassion for these horse girls. It is so good. Who's your favorite, Matt?
I haven't watched enough to have a favorite. I really
like
have only seen the main character.
Looking at like all the character designs you've seen, like just like give a description.
The best horse one. I forgot her name. Like the one who she first sees when she's racing.
Suzuka?
Yeah.
Suzuka's super good.
Based on the first episode, it's just Special Week, the main character, but I guess
Special Week is a super good main character. One of my favorites is like
Special Week.
Yeah. That did happen during the airing of Musume. The actual racehorse that Special Week is based on, the horse Special Week died.
Yeah, there's a horse that the main character is based off of as well, and that horse passed away, the real horse. And when they tweeted that out, I didn't realize, so I was thinking, did they kill off her character and just spoil everyone?
I thought I translated it. What do you mean? I can't remember, but I thought I quote retweeted it. I
didn't see your retweet. You just messaged me the original tweet, and I got confused for a second.
Special Week lives on. I hope this gets a season 2.
No, Musume is a lot of fun because it certainly has that energy. And I was talking about how the other idol shows have energy. Well, the ones that I've seen, like even Idol Jihen, the beginning of that had a lot of energy the first 3 episodes, and I was just surprised by how much energy it had. And then it just lost it completely after that and became shit, but whatever.
Wonderful.
What I love about Love Live specifically is that it's very cinematic.
Yeah.
Unlike Idolmaster, which I'm only mainly Luke. Idolmaster isn't that cinematic. It's really made for Idolmaster fans.
There's a few episodes that I would say are really well directed.
Yeah.
But overall,
I mean, there's some episodes that are
I understand what you
directed.
mean by cinematic, though.
Yeah, it's very like Love Live is very theatrical.
Isn't
sometimes
there parts
it feels
of Idolmaster that they letterbox?
No.
Like when they appear in movies, I swear there's a part of there's an episode where they're in a movie and they letterbox that, so they play it off really cinematically.
I think they have done that several times.
Most of like years, that might be from the movie.
Especially Sunshine is like theatrical, as you like to put it. It's over the top, like something you think would be written by Shakespeare with some of the dialogue, and it's so fucking good.
I don't know if I'd go as far as Shakespeare.
No, I'd say the third years in Love Live Sunshine. The third years is like their arc is like Shakespeare in a way.
When I was thinking of comparing it to 90s 80s Spielberg, but yeah, sure, Shakespeare too.
I don't care about Spielberg, so sure.
Maybe not like emblem films, anything like that sort of feeling. Like
Matthew, this is an anime podcast.
Fine.
Stop it.
Fine.
Please continue.
No, I'm not in the mood. Just talk about your next topic.
We don't write topics for this. We just talk. You just ruined it. I didn't have any ideas. I was hoping you could.
Shh, don't let them.
Don't let them know that this is informal. Don't let them know that we don't plan it.
Don't let them know that we're actually friends.
Oh no. Oh no. What would they ever do if they realized we actually
liked each other?
Shh, you fucking asshole.
It's too late now.
Now when Matt gets kidnapped by the Yakuza, they'll come to break our legs.
You went to the Shirobako event, Matt. No,
I didn't.
Callum. You were near it, Matt.
Matt came afterwards.
Yeah, that's why I said he was there, because I remember him messaging me and he was like, I could have been there. And I was like, yeah, you could have, you piece of shit.
Yeah, but I didn't. It was a good thing I wasn't there. Tell them why, Callum.
What? Sure, no, I'm not going to say anything bad about the event. The event was fine. You were complaining, but the sun, you were getting like a oh shit, yeah. Oh, it was one of the hottest and brightest days that we've had recently, and so yeah, it was kind of blistering the whole time, but there was this really dedicated group of people who all sat on front of the stage all day, and finally, as the sun moved, they finally got into the shade just because of the stage overshadowing them. But then I've got to give props to the actual producer talk as well, because they went for 4 hours. I think it was 4 hours total talking, and it was producer. It was Keiji Horikawa, president of PA Works. It was the guy in charge of the anime division at Warner Bros. Then
Horikawa's stepping down, isn't he?
He's stepping down not as president, but yeah, as like a line producer, as someone who's physically involved.
Mm-hmm.
They had who his successor is, kind of like the person who is going to be picking up production on the new Shirobako movie that was announced there.
Clap. Feels good, man. I know Matt hates Shirobako, but I like it a whole lot.
I don't hate Shirobako.
You don't like Shirobako.
No, I'm fine. I like it. I just don't like it as much as you and Callum do.
Okay, fair.
I'm thinking that I might be able to understand more of it in Japanese than I would other films, because when you go through all of the Japanese words I know, about half of them are just anime specific words.
Kentaku and Shoto, fucking series and Shoto, episode and Shoto.
and one of the best parts though was just they urged everyone to buy donuts, because
so they could make some hard cash. Anime studios are having a rough time.
See, that was the fucking thing. They invited the local bakery down to sell donuts there, but then the producer, who was in charge of planning the whole event, and he kind of hosted the whole thing, he told everyone, you can either get a donut from there, or just go to a convenience store. It's just around the corner over there. It's
wow.
And he said, oh, they're probably sold out of donuts at the stall there. And the people there were like, no, we still have donuts. And everyone had the donuts just so that they could go do the Don Donatsu, let's go nuts. They got the whole crowd to do it, and it was a magical moment. And they did it just before they announced the movie as well.
And Matt wasn't there, right?
I wasn't there.
No, Matt wasn't there.
Matt, you missed the magical moment.
No, there's some stuff that I am sad that I missed out on. Specifically the Shirobako beer, which was just normal beer, but...
Yeah.
But it was Shirobako beer, though.
Yeah.
They invited, the local Indian restaurant to, go serve stuff. So I got, some chicken tikka, and then they just gave me a Shirobako badge. And it apparently, nobody else was getting any, merch from it, so I feel like it was specifically if you get the chicken tikka that you get a badge. And it was off my favourite character as well, the Maitoda, the 3D girl.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Honestly, if it weren't for Daza, I wouldn't even have gone to the after party, so...
That's weird. I feel like that's just a Japan thing, because I never used to do these sort of things in Australia, where you just meet people and then it's okay, let's invite everyone to an izakaya afterwards.
Yeah.
That maybe it's more of a thing in America or in countries that actually have any sort of nightlife.
Any country that has a stable, flowing economy.
Yeah. Basically any country that's not Australia.
Yeah. But no, I had fun at the izakaya. That was my highlight of that event.
You guys ever think
it was the only part of the event.
Yeah.
You guys ever think about how I'm in rural Ohio? I do.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm leaving Japan very soon. I'm going to Korea.
Because Matt hates anime so much he's finally leaving.
Glenn, I want you to come to Japan, and I want to see your first reaction to Akihabara, because Now I'm totally just numb to it.
Me
so I
too.
need to relive
I've
it
already,
through your eyes.
I already have it all planned out. I'm gonna get off the plane. I'm gonna lick the fucking concrete right outside the airport.
Okay.
You might
And
get
then-
arrested for that.
Well, they'll see. They'll understand. They'll look at me and they'll understand. They'll be sad and pity me. They'll understand. And when Callum meets me, I'll be a completely different person. He'll be like, "Wow, Glenn, you've never looked so Japanese before," and I'll be like, "Heck yeah."
What, are you gonna fly in with a kimono on?
I mean, I've bought Matt. I have bought 3 Howries for Anime Expo. Me and you. I know you don't want it, but you're gonna wear one of them, bud.
I'm not gonna wear it.
Yeah, you are. We're gonna go to the nicest restaurant, and I'm gonna have Yohane from Love Live Sunshine on my back, and we're gonna have a fun time.
You are more than welcome to wear that. I'm not wearing one though.
Don't worry, yours is like a normal one. It's Yamada Elf.
Fuck.
Wait, when you say have her on your back, like you're giving like the actual idol a piggyback, or?
I wish. Yo, if you're listening,
I don't think Callum knows what a Hari is.
it's a Howry.
Howry.
Oh, I do know. But,
It's like
a course is actually going.
It's
to
like
be
those
LAX,
things
so.
that like the captains wear.
Callum,
in
we've been to
Bleach.
Akiba
Because that's what Ian described it to me as, and I was like, oh yeah.
We've seen those people.
Callum and I have been. We don't really care about Akiba anymore.
Well, yeah, my first time there was magical.
Yeah,
my second
same.
time there was pretty good.
You met the thing about
once you've
that.
done that, it's kind of.
Well, because in Akiba there really isn't anything to do besides buying figures, idol stuff, or Blu-rays.
So living the life is what you're saying.
I mean, it depends on what you
good
like
kebabs there.
in the medium, like which part of which niche you are in. Now,
All of them.
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Callum and I are in the smart niche,
But then
so we go to Nakano Broadway
you.
instead.
I mean, I still feel like Glen would enjoy Nakano Broadway.
No, I think Glen would. Well, okay. The only reason
Nakano
why Glen would
Broadway
like
is an
Akiba
easier
more than
day
Nakano
trip.
is because of just not necessarily the history, but just like the cultural background
Yeah.
of Akiba.
I mean, that's the main
Yeah,
reason I want
it's
to go to
also-
Comic-Con. I'm sure Comic-Con would be dreadful with the amount of people, but I want to go.
I refuse.
It's
I
also
will never go.
flashier. It depends, like, if there's shows that you like that are airing at that time. Otherwise, like...
More than anything, I want to walk around the stalls, the booths, and look at all the porn.
What?
Sorry, are we talking about Comic-Con?
Talk about Comic-Con.
Oh, I thought we were talking about
I've said
I
all
said
this
it-
time
I said-
that it's only for the porn, and now all those years you were saying that no, it's not all for the porn.
It's not
Now
all
you're-
about the porn. I'm just saying that I like porn. I like drawings of girls and drawings of guys, and mostly the anime girls. And I like beating my dick to it, Matt. Is that what you wanted me to say?
Yeah.
The thing we've all known for God knows how long.
I just want you to articulate yourself in different ways each time.
AniPod is back, everyone.
I masturbate to anime girls. I forgot to introduce myself. Hey, I'm Glen. I mean, this is what it's all about, right? I mean, not like talking about who the hottest horse girl is or that. It's just all 3 of us being together, except I'm not in Japan, and me hating myself and you 2 living a good life. And
I mean, the next time I return to
fun.
Japan, I would like to be here. I want to be with you on your first in your first time coming to Japan, but if you I don't know if I will be there. So.
in December,
When did, like I asked you before, but, like, is there anything anime related that you would return to Japan for? Or do you think you just return for, like, the Olympics or something?
The Olympics? No, hell no. That's
Oh, okay.
I'll return whenever I can. Really, it's just
For,
Japan's wonderful.
with
Just
for
no
fun.
occasion, or...
yeah.
except for the anime, according to Matt.
I mean, it does get tiring. There's some places that it's still good. It's nice just going to Ikebukuro.
I think.
Well, it's not exhausting. It's just you're just not impressed by it anymore because it becomes normal after a while.
There's some things that are always still cool, like Gundam Base. If you're a Gundam fan, then it's just inherently cool to see the massive unicorn Gundam transform and see lights play and Sawano music.
That's cool. I think that's cool too, despite the fact that I've actually never gone to see it. Like the idea of it sounds cool, but yeah, like
you should definitely just go down to see it though. Just
but Odaiba is such a hassle to get to, you know, and there's nothing else there really besides.
I don't think I can make it. When are we planning on going? 2 years? 1 year?
But yeah, Glenn, if you are actually going this December, I don't think I will be able to go. But
I don't think I can afford to go. I can't go to. If I don't, I have to not go to AX. AX eats my money too much. If I didn't go to AX this year, I could have gone, but I don't think I can go, even with the generosity of a friend of mine helping. And also, we'd only be there for like a week, and the first time I go to Japan, minimum 2 weeks, without a doubt.
Are you gonna do AX next year?
Probably not, because I would like to go somewhere else.
Oh, okay. I probably am gonna go next year.
Oh, well, I might. We'll see. I'll probably be making more money then because I'm still a college student who hates myself, so we'll see.
Okay. we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll let you know how Korea is,
come this year,
because I'm gonna be in Korea for longer than I kind of want to be, but yeah.
I'm genuinely quite jealous. I do almost feel like I should just hop on a plane and just go to Korea.
Oh,
Matt, how do you say
if you can? I mean, Anyo.
Oh, but that's mostly just
that's the informal way.
Good job.
Like I don't know I don't know the formal way, because the formal way is way longer. It's like anehase. I'm not gonna try.
I know no Korean. I've watched some K-dramas, but
I've never seen any I like Korean films.
Yeah.
Live action Korean film. Korean cinema is way better than
we watched The
Japanese
Handmaiden.
cinema.
That was an awesome film.
The Handmaiden is amazing.
That film. It was super gay. It was super well directed, and was just interesting in general.
The best lesbian film ever.
This is definitely best lesbian film I've seen.
Yeah,
more lesbian than anime. Usually,
no, it's like way more.
Well, I mean, Sakura Trick. Sakura Trick. They don't 69 and stuff, but yeah, it's implied.
It's not implied.
What do you mean?
It's implied for the future.
Yuri stops the kiss, and that's all they ever do, and that is the end of Yuri.
Oh, Callum, if you can somehow manage to fly to Korea while I'm there, please do.
No, I'm joking. I just want a Korean barbecue.
I know, but
I've just been missing Korean barbecue, and I can have it in Japan.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss Japan, but you can go back. Gotta go back to the United States of freedom.
Yep,
so
back to your burning country.
Back, Matt, in my own words, back to the United States of depression. Welcome home, bud.
I'm not going to Ohio. Okay, so
I'm glad you were. You're right. You're not going to Ohio. Okay.
I'm going back to the Big Apple.
Yeah, just you're going from one big city to another big city.
I'm always going between big cities. Fuck the country. No,
I'm not even in the country.
No, Iceland. That's really cool. The countryside. But what were we talking about?
Well, I think this is going to be the end of the return. Unless, actually, do you guys have any hilarious Japan stories? Because we can always tell them on another podcast. Because hopefully, oh my god, the amount of times I've said this, be a bit more consistent. Might happen. AniPod uploading more than once every 3 months. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
We'll see.
That's a good little teaser. Maybe not in a month.
We'll definitely have a timely next episode. After that, we'll see. We'll actually talk about spring anime, presumably. But if you have any funny story right now,
that requires Callum and I to watch anime.
Well, I actually have.
Callum is watching more anime than I am right now. Like,
yeah,
fuck.
I'm prepared.
Good.
Been watching the Megaloboxes and the Gundams and the Personas.
Gundams. Oh yeah, the Build Fighter.
Build Divers.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insult your religion.
yeah. Don't call this a Build Fighters. I'm glad that they gave it Build Divers, so I can just kind of take it a step away.
Well, there's a nice little teaser. We're gonna talk about Gundam Build Divers in the next episode, fellas.
Forward to it. Fucking hell.
All right, that is it for AniPod: The Return. We are back, baby, for at least one more episode. We'll see. Bye.
Maybe. Bye.
Callum's a better bowler than I am. Bye.
He's better than you at everything.